Welcome to December Daily, my version, which is based on A Christmas Carol. So watch out for the ghost of Christmas past, and don't step on Tiny Tim. Come on, let's go. What is this? This is Monday night for me. 2 nights ago for you. Something to that effect. Time, whatever. I'm going to try to work on the Ghost of Marley. And I know my coloring's kind of whack a job here because it's dark and I'm trying to reduce the amount of shadow. I just don't have a good filming setup down here, and I'm going to try to work on that. As my leg gets better, everything will be a little better. I think I can move stuff differently and maybe even go back up into my craft room, which is upstairs. I can't get to it right now. That's an ideal situation up there because the camera's in a much better place. Right now, I just have to make do with what I got. So the Ghost of Marley, I'm going to try to do some jelly plates. And I don't know how this is going to work, but I can always fall back on this, which is a copy or a print of a scan of watercolor that I did in November practicing. And I brought this jelly plate. I only have my little one here, but that's fine for what we're going to do. Let's see here. Okay, here's black. But I have the paint that I got the other day at Michael's, unbleached titanium. I have ivory, and I have golden brown and a little bit of pink. And I want to kind of just make a foggy gray black with depth and texture. That's my goal. There's some more paper. And I'm going to use up all these little scraps that get cut off, things that I print. Because why waste all that? Okay, let's see. I think first I'm going to use this ivory. And then maybe add stuff to the top of it. I'm sorry for the shadow. I know that's horrible. There's stuff stuck on here, so. But I'm going to use this. Sometimes the scrape-off paper is just as pretty as the jelly plate paper. So let's warm up the jelly plate with our scraps. And this is just plain old copy paper. Oh my goodness. Look at all that goop that it gets off. Now I accidentally did this on the wrong side, which was the edging of the little snowflake paper. Not snowflake, but kids playing in the snow. Oh, that's so pretty. And my theory is to just let this stuff dry tonight and work with it tomorrow. And I'm going to attempt one of the ghosts. The Ghost of Marley is there to tell Ebenezer why the other ghosts are coming. Oh dear. And he's left in kind of like purgatory where he can't go to, I guess, theoretically heaven or hell. They don't exactly say that, but they just say he's left floundering and he's tied up to chains and everything because he squandered he didn't squander. He took advantage of people when he was alive. And he was Scrooge's business partner. And they both treated people terribly. Their employees terribly. So he's there to tell Scrooge, don't do what I did. You know, you're going to have all these ghosts visit you and take them. See, now that would be perfect ghost paper. Take them for... Listen to the ghosts. Learn from them. Da 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 da. Don't be like I was. Or the same thing's going to happen to you. And he tells them there's going to be ghosts coming at 1, 2, and 3 o'clock. And okay, now this is pink. Now there's still a little bit of black left on here. But this kind of turns into a really cool gray. So anyhow, Marley, he's the one to tell them why the ghosts are coming and listen to them. And of course, Scrooge being Scrooge, this is the one that didn't work the other day. This sheet is like, no, I'm not listening to you. But see, here's pink mixed in with that. And that, to me, and there's a little bit of the clear, not the clear, but the ivory. Lovely. We'll let that dry. All right, let's go in with this unbleached titanium. Once we get the foil off. And I was kind of thinking about this afternoon. I might, like, devote 2, maybe even 3 spreads to each ghost, because I am running out of topics. I don't want to kind of spoil the end. I mean, even though there's no spoilers in this movie for people anymore, or this book. But I need to kind of wait for the end of till Christmas to do some of those, like the Christmas Day story, where, you know, they eat a nice goose and Ebenezer decides to change his ways till the end. So I'm really working with 4 ghosts here now. I'm going to add a little bit more color to this one. Oh, see? Texture depth. What he can... So it's going to, you know, I might just be working on ghosts the rest of the time. That's what I'm trying to say. Which is going to be okay. Now we can add more color to that later. Ooh, my goodness. That is gorgeous. That's pulling off red from somewhere. Wow. This is the back of... No, this is heavy cardstock. Not heavy cardstock, thin cardstock. Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. Why is it dirty paint makes me happy? All right, now we're going to do more of an experiment. This is classic gold. Maybe we can use this for like our chains. And should we try a little bit of, here, let's try a little bit of ivory. This Robin McClendon does a lot of this kind of jelly plating, and she calls them old walls. And I think I know I love what she does with jelly plates. And this right here could turn out to be our paper. In all likelihood, because it's just gorgeous. Let's just see what we come up with here. Plus it's just fun. Let's see, that's pretty. And that, I hope you can see some of that shine. That's showing the gold. That might be really good. Let's try that again, because that will be a great chains page. Bob Marley's in, not Bob Marley. I keep calling him Bob Marley. I can't think of his name. Hopefully you can't hear that noise in the background. Kurtie, are you screaming? So funny. Guess what my husband gave me? We don't exchange birthday gifts. We prefer to do something nice for each other, or have a nice meal, or in the old days to go on a nice trip for our birthdays. But this year, for whatever reason, we already agreed his birthday was in October. We already agreed not to exchange presents. And he came up with presents for me. I was like, what? No. You're messing with the system here. He said, they're not big. And they weren't. It was the thought. Ooh, that's pretty. I wonder if I could do this, patch these two together. But he gave me a book about sloths. So funny. So funny. I was cracking up. And it's some quotes, and then it'll have a pictures of the sloths, and then it has, and all the quotes are related to taking time, smell the roses, you know, be present, don't rush, da da da. Great quotes for Hobonichis and anything, artwork, which he doesn't realize the benefit of that. But, and then there's facts about the sloths. It's like, oh yeah, I can identify with these guys. It's funny. But he also hooked up the satellite radio on my car. I never have used it. He has it in his car and uses it all the time. And we go through a lot of swampy areas on the way down here. So you only have like a choice of 1.5 radio stations for at least 20 miles. Now, is that a third world, I can't even say first world problems, because our country is turning into a third world country rapidly. But, now I can listen to all kinds. Ooh, this is so pretty. Old walls. Look at all that. Gorgeous. All right, now let's try. All right, let's try unbleached titanium. That's probably way too much. And then golden brown, which will turn to tan most likely, but we shall see. Yeah, so now I have all kinds of channels on my radio in my car. And yes, I can hook up my phone to my car. But satellite radio is fun too. I can get the BBC on there all the time. Oh, I'm going to leave that one alone because that might be our page. The clean off pages are gorgeous as a rule. This is a lot of paint right here. I'm just going to take some of it off. Oh. Ooh, that turned out nice. Well, let's see what the middle one looks like. So yeah, I'm just doing this the night before to let them dry good. Actually, that's not bad. A little bit too brown. But now, there's goop left on here. And if we add black to this goop, don't know if it's going to allow stuff to show through or not. We're going to put a thin layer. So much fun. Oh, I don't want to use that. I love a jelly plate. I'm gonna take off some of it. Whew. You see my roller marks in here. So I'm okay, that to me adds texture. Ooh, here's a good Marley piece of paper right there. That's the best one so far. Ooh, that's gorgeous. So is that. All right, I'm gonna try one more. Let's see. This is cheap acrylic from Michaels, their brand. Some of these paints, I mean, I'm just too stingy. I wouldn't use golden paints or anything that expensive. Liquitex on jelly plates. I know some people do, but they're probably sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored. Oh, did I tell you? I did tell you, didn't I? This morning, my husband found out that the department he works with in the state offices for South Carolina, his division, his job relates with them, and all. He used to run this division for the state, but that was many moons ago. Sent everybody home to quarantine. He has one case tomorrow, yesterday for you, 2 or 3 weeks from now for me, I don't know. Oh, so pretty. Kind of like a gradient. But, yeah. His case for tomorrow is going to continue, but he doesn't know about the rest of the week. Which is why he went home, because he had all these cases this week and had to be in court. But Bella doesn't get out of school till Friday for Christmas holidays. Unless the school goes down, because it's a possibility. They're just doing the standardized testing this week, which is how they get all their funding for public schools here. But ooh, that's pretty too. But if everything's a mess, they'll figure out another time to do them. All right, I'm going to put that plastic back over there. All right, let's watch all this dry. See what happens for tomorrow. We're making Marley paper. Jacob Marley, not Bob Marley. I keep calling him Bob Marley. Bob Marley lived in Jamaica and was a musician. That one's so pretty. Okay, let's see what happens in the morning. Good night. Seems like if I close all the blinds and don't turn the overhead light on and keep the side light on, the light is pretty darn decent for what I have to work with. So that's what we're doing. Oh my goodness. Have all this lusciousness. Lots and lots. I love that one. Just the subtleness of it. All right, I got lots of scraps here now. All my scraps are grunge. That was the roll-off paper, and I seriously might just use that one. This is a little too green, and you can see the snowman underneath because I did it on the wrong side. These are a little too brown. They'll get used for something. These are a little bit too gold. Now this one here might work. My plan, yeah, I think I like, this has a little bit too, well, I don't know. My plan might be, where's my book? Here it is. I think I have the back of this. And I printed the circles because Marley talks to him about the ghosts that are coming, past, present, and yet to come. And I'm thinking I would love to have a fold out. So I end up cutting everything apart, and this would have been a 2-hour video. I had to edit down a lot of stuff. That's what happens when you get jelly plates out and go wild, go rogue. Even if you are a ghost telling someone about the past and present and yet to come, you go rogue, it elongates your videos. So anyhow, I did have a lot of fun last night doing all those jelly plates, and I stick that in the page from yesterday, and then I am going to make one of those tip-ins that I've seen some of the other December Daily people do, where you have holes on both sides, but one side is kind of like a happy planner, and you can open it up. Then it fits smoothly, looks like it's hole punched in, and it turns out to be something you could open up. I'm not explaining it very well. You end up putting one side of the holes as a happy planner, cutting little notches in the holes so that you can open it up. And that's what I did. And I used the wipe off page on the front and the two that I had already shown you on the inside. And I end up putting a little print that I have from Pinterest of Marley in kind of the same colors. That guy. He's crooked in the picture, and the door's crooked, so everything looks askew, but it's not, to my knowledge. And then on the inside, I do some writing, and I am going to make a couple spreads of each ghost to kind of encompass the rest of the month, because we're now down to the nitty gritty here. And I kind of put the schedule that they told him, Marley told him the ghost would come, Scrooge. And things that he needs to pay attention to. Don't be like me. Learn and don't make, I can't remember what else it was. But anyhow, the lessons he's going to learn from the ghosts.